Welcome to Access Point. Access Point is a new on-demand business education tool being developed for use by small businesses across the District of Columbia. Access Point is brought to you by the DC Department of Housing and Community Development, DHCD, the DC Department of Small and Local Business Development, DSLBD, District Bridges, and the Rhode Island Avenue Main Street.
Hey, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Access Point. My name is Kyle Todd. I'm the director of the Rhode Island Avenue Main Street program, and welcome again today. First off, want to thank our sponsors, the Department of Small and Local Business Development and the Department of Housing and Community Development. It's their grant dollars that allow us to produce this show. And today's show is pretty special. I'm very excited to welcome our guest today. The owner of Labyrinth Games on Capitol Hill in the Eastern Market Main Street corridor, Kathleen Donahue. Welcome, Kathleen.
Hi, thank you very much for having me.
Well, it's I've been a fan of your store for a long time. I've seen you in the store, but you have no reason to know me. But thank you so much for agreeing to talk to us. How's everything going for your store?
Oh, it's been a crazy month. Everything is okay. We're certainly down a lot of revenue and we're closed, but we're trying to come up with creative ways to sustain ourselves during this time.
And it seems like you're doing a bang-up job. One of the reasons why we were so excited to have you on the show is you're doing not only some really creative stuff with access to your products, but you're also doing some really good community stuff. So what caught my eye to start with was your partnership with Mr. Henry's down the street from you, partnering with them to help get your products out the door. How did that come about?
Actually, when we first closed, we decided to start running some virtual events. And one of the events we regularly run is Boozy Board Game Night with some local bars in the area. And I started thinking about, we're running Boozy Board Game Night, but we can't have our normal partnerships with the bars. And then I started thinking about Mr. Henry's, and I was like, wait, Mr. Henry's can still do takeout. So I called Mary, who owns Mr. Henry's, and I said, hey, would you mind giving out our games too when people buy food or beverage? And she's like, they don't even have to buy food or beverage. So she's been kind of our takeout location for the last few weeks. And it's been great for both of us because people are ordering food and beverages and they can pick up their games. And now she's actually extended it to where she's doing it for E-City Books and for Hill's Kitchen too.
Oh, that's fantastic. What a great collaborative effort. I know all the businesses there in your neck of the woods are all pretty tight. You've all been there in your places for a while. How long has Labyrinth Games been open now?
Labyrinth turns 10 this November. It'll be 10 years. And Hill's Kitchen, I think, is about a year and a half older than we are. E-City Books is newer, but they've been a great neighbor. Man, time flies when you're having fun. So I know, 10 years, it's hard to believe.
Seriously. So is selling online something that's new for Labyrinth Games?
It is very new. Before the situation presented itself, the only thing we used to sell online was Magic the Gathering single cards. So we've never sold, we've never shipped anything. It was funny when we closed, so many people trying to be helpful were like, "We'll just start selling everything online. It's a lot harder than people think it is." So it's taken us a couple weeks, but we launched our online store this week, and it ties into our inventory, so we're able to keep up our inventory. We're adding things as fast as we possibly can, but it's been a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. It's not an easy pivot if you've never done it before, but it sounds like you guys are killing it. That's fantastic.
We're
Is
trying to. I really missed the events.
Sure, that I remember being in your store and the entire game space in the back, just full of people, and it seemed like it was really a community spot. Um, and how you mentioned going virtual with the games. How is that working? Is that through a Zoom platform? How are you doing that?
Yeah, we've been doing most of our things on Zoom. We're regularly holding Dungeons and Dragons games, both for children and for adults. We're running some Pokemon events for kids and also tournaments. We've been running Magic the Gathering online tournaments, and we're doing Boozy Board Game Night every Sunday night. We've started doing some learn to play sessions so that people, if they have a game at home and they don't know how to play it, they can say, "Hey, why don't y'all teach us this?" And then I've got a couple of people who are working from home to teach people how to play games. We've been doing a lot of different things, private D&D, and a painting class every Friday afternoon. One of our employees loves to paint miniatures, and he has been running kind of a paint and chat every Friday afternoon, which has been fun.
Oh, that's fantastic stuff. So what are some of the lessons that you've learned that you would like to share with other business owners when it comes to suddenly having an online store or suddenly taking the social part of your business online? What are some of the challenges you've had? What are some of the lessons you've learned?
Um, it's all been incredibly challenging. We have learned a lot about Zoom. We've learned that it's very, very important to have a password on it. We have learned that um, we have learned that at least, I mean, this probably wouldn't apply to other retailers, but BattleFi, which is actually an esports platform, has a really fantastic competition platform that we've been using for our Magic the Gathering and Pokemon tournaments, and that's been a really great resource. We use Lightspeed, which is our point of sale, and we quickly added on their e-commerce module that I have never ever wanted to be an e-commerce store. Like you mentioned, Labyrinth, when I started it, it's all about community. Like that's all I wanted to do. And my joy in Labyrinth is the people coming in and playing with things, and the classes that we run for kids and the events that we run is really where I get my joy in the business. So e-commerce was not ever anything even remotely on my radar, but we added the e-commerce module and we've been getting things up pretty quickly. I realized that having products in valuable categories and doing a shop by age category was definitely feedback that we got immediately from our customers, and we've been adding that on as we've added new products on, and it's been very, very helpful. Just really trying to keep our customer service level. It's kind of very, very stressful for me, but it's also meant a lot to people. And we're kind of just doing what we've always done. Anybody asks me for anything, and I bend over backwards trying to get it done as long as I'm keeping myself and my family and my staff safe. We are continuing to pay all of our staff. Most of them are working from home. We only have a couple people that are coming into the store. And I'm coming in pretty much every day, and the manager's coming in a lot, but we stay in separate areas. And we have one person who's helping me some with deliveries. So we're doing some local deliveries, but it's been very, very challenging. Oh, there's a lot of really awesome software that I found that helps you plot routes for deliveries. So that's been really great. And it's helped us save time when we're doing deliveries.
That is, that's stuff that I never would have even thought about, but it makes so much sense. And, there's been a lot of discussion about restaurants doing delivery and, why not game delivery? Because we're all sitting here in our homes, twiddling our thumbs, trying to entertain our children. And, yeah, what better plan than game delivery? So good job on that.
Well, jigsaw puzzles are selling like crazy. We cannot keep jigsaw puzzles in stock. Every single time I get a jigsaw puzzle order in, we sell out in less than 24 hours. Like I just can't order enough. Like the manufacturers don't have enough. So that's been kind of crazy. But yeah, games are great right now. And I know a lot of people are really struggling with distance learning. My child, who's 15, has been struggling with it big time, but we're still trying to play several games a week. And I feel at least he's using his brain a little bit when we're playing some of our hardcore games.
That's great. In your devotion to community has not stopped with making sure everybody has access to games or taking good care of your staff. I was reading in the Hill Rag that you've partnered with some of the shelters in the area to make sure that there's games available for the kids there. So toot your own horn about this a little bit.
Well, I have to say, it was definitely not my idea. It was definitely not my idea. Um, Ann Phelps, who is an attorney that works with the DC Council, had talked to someone at the DC Council about that the kids and families and shelters really needed some educational entertainment. And she had posted on her Facebook page asking for people to donate. And I said, hey, instead of using Amazon, why don't I give you some games? And we have a teacher wish list that we use throughout the year to buy local teachers games. And I said, I can use some of our funds that we fundraised for that to buy kids in the shelters these games. And then we started looking at it. And actually, right now, most of my prices are lower than Amazon because Amazon has marked up their prices so much during the crisis and it's taking longer to get them. So we actually then just started telling all of our customers, and she started telling all of her friends, and we ended up raising $1,700. And I gave them games at discount. So we got over $2,000 worth of games and puzzles delivered to all of the family shelters. And then this week, we're raising more money for the Sasha Bruce Youth Works program. They run a bunch of shelters locally for kids, homeless kids, and young adults. And so we're raising some more money, and we've got about $700 raised for them. And I'm going to take them games this weekend.
Kathleen, that is fantastic. What a great example of a community-based businesses giving back to the community. So thank you for that. And every time I or any of my Main Street colleagues make pitches for supporting small locally owned businesses, this is exactly why. It's because people like you that are here in the community and you're involved in the community, you not only create jobs and provide services, but you give back to the community. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Good job. So one of the questions that I'm loving to ask business owners during this time is, of all of the things that you are doing now to keep your business going, what do you see continuing on when social restrictions are lifted, when business is back to normal, as it were? What do you see staying as part of your regular business model that's been new to you with the advent of COVID?
That's a good question. I definitely don't want to do online events anymore. I like people here. I know that it'll probably take us a really long time to be able to get back to where we can have large groups in the store, but gosh, I miss people laughing and playing together. So I definitely want to, as soon as it's safe, be able to bring that back. I don't like gaming online. I mean, I know a lot of people love video games and there are a bunch of different ways to simulate board games online, but the joy to me is playing with other people face to face. I think I'll probably keep gift cards online. People have been asking me for years if they could buy gift cards online, and we've pretty much got that working now. So I'll probably leave that up. So at Christmas, grandmothers and stuff can buy local gift cards and we can mail them out or email them, which is pretty nice. I don't know if I'll keep the e-commerce store or not yet. I haven't really decided. Shipping seems to be an enormous pain. I will probably maybe keep it up for like pick up in store or something since we're doing all this work. But shipping, I just don't know if in DC it's functional because we don't have enough space to store a lot of product and we don't have enough space to set up a whole shipping, a shipping area. I don't know whether that will stay or not.
Well, it sounds like you've brought in some really good options as a workaround for now, and those things that can stay will stay. If I may be so bold, having special order on your website may be something that can continue if you've got items that are hard to come by. But I completely agree about
orders or pre-orders.
Sure. Yeah. Any parting words of wisdom to share?
Oh, I just hope people continue to support small local businesses. Like you said, the community is really important to me. I certainly don't do this to make a lot of money. And really, Labyrinth is all about community, and that's what I wanted to do when I opened it. And I sure hope we don't go away.
We hope you don't go away either, but it sounds like you're doing all the right things to stay in place. And we cannot wait to come back and visit your store in person as soon as possible. I realized how dire my game situation is here at the house, so I'll see you soon.
Okay.
Kathleen,
and if you need us to teach you how to play anything.
Yes, I do. I am woefully behind on anything to do with, other people. I'm really good at jigsaw puzzles. So Kathleen, if people want to find out more about your store, where can they do that? What's your web address? What's your physical location? Give us some details.
Okay, our web address is labyrinthgameshop.com. The new web store is store.labyrinthgameshop.com. We are taking donations to help pay our staff and selling gift cards at labyrinth.games/help. And the store is actually located on Capitol Hill, right next to the Eastern Market Metro at 645 Pennsylvania Avenue Southeast. And obviously, we're not allowed to have anybody come to the store or do any pickups now, but hopefully we'll be open again soon.
But you can place your order for a game to pick up at Mr. Henry's. Details for that is on your website. I've seen that. And
it's on the website, yes.
Yep. And thank you once again for taking time to visit with us. Again, Kathleen Donahue from Labyrinth Games in Capitol Hill. Hang in there and keep doing the good work you're doing. We'll see you on the other side. Thanks, everyone. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.